Have you ever looked at someone you love and suddenly felt like you didn't know them at all? That's what happened to me. She was my wife, my best friend. But one night, everything changed. Hi, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to Easy English Stories. Today you'll practice your English by listening to a powerful story, my story. And if you want to speak better English, you can try shadowing with me. So what is shadowing? It's when you listen to English and repeat it out loud, sentence by sentence, like an echo. You copy the rhythm, pronunciation, and intonation. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your speaking. Here's how to do it. First, enjoy the story. Then, go back and repeat each line after me. Do it every day, and your English will grow fast. Now, let me tell you what happened the night my world fell apart. Chapter 1. The night everything changed. It was raining hard. I was sitting in my car, engine off, just staring. Across the street, under a flickering street lamp, I saw her, Laura. She looked different, not like the woman I woke up next to every morning. She wore makeup she never used. Her hair was styled. She looked like someone else. She told me she was working late, again, but something didn't feel right. So I followed her. I watched her walk into a building I'd never seen before. No sign, no lights, just a dark, quiet place. She disappeared inside, and I just sat there, frozen, my heart pounding. What was she doing? Who was she meeting? I didn't want to believe it, but deep down I already knew. I turned off my headlights and whispered to myself, "Tomorrow, I follow her." Chapter 2. The day I followed her. The next day I couldn't focus on anything. At work, people talked to me, but I didn't hear them. All I could think about was her, Laura, and that building, that lie. I left the office early. I waited near her job, hidden, heart racing. At 6:12 p.m. she walked out, calm, smiling, like nothing was wrong. She wasn't alone. She was on the phone, laughing. That laugh, I used to love it. Now it felt like a knife in my chest. I followed her quietly, street after street. She didn't see me. Then she turned a corner and entered the same building from last night. But this time, I didn't stay in the car. I walked closer. My hands were shaking. I checked the front door, locked, no windows to look inside. But then I heard something, voices, music, and laughter. I stepped back and looked up. The lights on the second floor were on, and behind the curtain, I saw her, my wife, smiling, dancing, in someone else's arms. That moment broke something in me. Chapter 3. The stranger in her arms. I stood there, frozen. She was dancing, not just dancing, happy, laughing like she hadn't in years. And the man holding her, he wasn't a co-worker. He wasn't just a friend. He touched her waist like he'd done it 100 times before. And she let him. She leaned into him like he was home. I felt something twist inside me. Not just pain, but confusion. Who was he? How long had this been happening? Was I the fool all along? Part of me wanted to run inside, to yell, to scream. But I didn't. I just stood there, watching the life I thought I had fall apart in front of me. I pulled out my phone, took a picture, I don't even know why. Maybe to prove to myself it was real. Maybe to remember the exact second my heart broke. Then the man kissed her. Slow, gentle, like it meant something. And Laura, she kissed him back. That's when I turned away. I couldn't watch anymore. I walked to my car. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just whispered, "She's not mine anymore." Chapter 4. The confrontation. I couldn't sleep that night. My mind was racing, over and over. I saw her in his arms, kissing him. I wanted answers, but I didn't know how to ask. I couldn't just pretend everything was fine, not anymore. The next morning, Laura woke up like nothing happened. She kissed me on the cheek, told me she loved me, but I could barely look at her. I couldn't hide it any longer. "Laura," I said, my voice shaking, "where were you last night?" She looked at me, confused. "What do you mean? I was working late. I told you." I shook my head. "No, I saw you. I saw everything." Her eyes went wide, her face turned pale. For the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. Not the fear of being caught, but the fear of me knowing. I took a deep breath. "I saw you dancing with him, kissing him. Who is he, Laura?" She didn't answer at first. Then she whispered, "His name is Daniel." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. Chapter 5. The truth comes out. The silence in the room felt like it was suffocating me. Daniel, I couldn't understand. Who was he? Why had she been hiding him from me? For so long I thought we were happy. I thought we had everything. But now it felt like it was all a lie. "Why?" I asked, my voice almost a whisper. "Why him, Laura? Why keep this from me?" She looked at me, her face filled with guilt. But it wasn't just guilt, it was pain. "Michael," she began, her voice shaking, "I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know how to tell you the truth." I shook my head. "The truth? What truth?" She looked away, biting her lip. "I've been unhappy for a long time. And Daniel, he was there for me when I needed someone. You've been distant, Michael. We've been distant. I didn't know how to fix it, so I found someone who made me feel alive again." Her words cut deeper than anything else. I had failed her. But how? Why hadn't I seen it? I didn't know how to respond. All I could do was look at her and wonder if anything we had ever was real. Chapter 6. The Decision. Her words echoed in my mind over and over. I've been unhappy for a long time. I couldn't stop hearing them. I had failed her. I had been distant. I hadn't even noticed she was slipping away. But what could I do now? How could I fix this? Could I ever forgive her? Could we even go back to what we once had? I spent the entire day in a daze. I tried to focus at work, but my thoughts kept drifting back to Laura, to Daniel. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them together. Her in his arms, her smile, her laugh. It hurt. It hurt more than I ever thought possible. That night, when she came home, everything felt different. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't sad. I was just numb. I looked at her standing there, waiting for me to say something, to do something. And then I said it. "Laura, I think it's time for us to end this." Her face fell, but there was no surprise in her eyes. She already knew. Chapter 7. The Breakup. The words left my mouth, but they didn't feel real. "It's time for us to end this." They hung in the air, heavy, impossible to take back. And for a moment, Laura just stood there staring at me. Her face was pale, as if she couldn't believe what I had just said. "I thought we could work through it," she whispered. She sounded broken, and it hurt me to hear it, but I couldn't take it back. I had tried for so long to make this work. But somewhere along the way, we lost each other. "I don't know if we can," I said, my voice softer now. "You've made your choice, Laura, and I've made mine." Her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't cry. She just nodded as if she knew this was inevitable. She turned away slowly, walking to the door. Before leaving, she looked back once more. "Goodbye, Michael." And just like that, she was gone. I stood there, frozen, feeling emptier than I ever had before. Chapter 8. The New Beginning. It's strange how life can change so quickly. One moment, you think you have everything figured out, and the next, you're standing in the ruins of what was once your life. But as the days passed, something inside me shifted. I couldn't stay in that place forever, in that empty house. I couldn't let the pain consume me. I started running again. I hadn't run in months, maybe years. But when I laced up my sneakers and hit the pavement, I felt a small sense of freedom. It wasn't much, but it was a start. I took time to focus on myself. I began to see things clearly, like the way I had let things fall apart, the way I had neglected my own needs, my own happiness. And one evening, a few weeks after Laura left, I was sitting on my couch when I realized something. I wasn't the same person I was before. I didn't need her to be whole. I was ready to build something new, and that was the first time in a long time that I smiled. Chapter 9, Moving Forward. A few months passed and I felt different, not just because I was no longer living with Laura, but because I had started to look at life through a new lens. I had finally started focusing on what I wanted, who I was, and for the first time I realized I didn't need anyone else to make me feel whole. I met new people. I started spending time with friends again. I even traveled to a few places I had always wanted to visit, just to see the world in a way I never had before. And with every new experience, I felt a little more alive. One afternoon, I was sitting in a coffee shop when I looked around and saw it. I wasn't sad anymore. I wasn't angry. I was free. I thought about Laura for a moment. I didn't hate her. I didn't wish her bad. I just realized that we were both on different paths now, and that was okay. It was time to live for me, and that I knew was the real beginning. And there you have it. Michael's journey from heartbreak to healing, from loss to rediscovery. His story shows us that no matter how difficult life gets, we have the strength to move forward, rebuild, and create new beginnings. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, go back and watch the video again, practicing shadowing. It's one of the best ways to improve your speaking skills. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our inspiring stories. Keep believing in yourself because, as we see in the next video, every ending is just the beginning of something even greater. See you soon!